Kia ora, Year 9. This is video 5, and so we're starting to crank up the difficulty level a little bit. The first two equations that we want you to draw in here are very much at Year 9 level. One's a horizontal line and one's a vertical line. But then the next three are going to need us to do a bit of rearranging. So I think for some of you this is probably too much algebra too soon. We're going to come on to this next term. But for some of you, you'll be able to do this quite confidently as long as you follow the steps very slowly. And remember the golden rule of algebra, which is that if we're working with an equation, we can do the same thing to both sides of that equation and basically nothing will go wrong. And that's going to help me to rearrange the last three equations into our standard form, which is y equals mx plus c. So I'm going to start by quickly drawing on the horizontal line and the vertical line. So x equals 4, as I said back in about video 2, means that all of the x coordinates of the line are going to be 4. So if we just go out to x equals 4, we can see that we're going to have a vertical line that goes through Matariki. Okay, and then when we've got y equals 2, we're going to have a line where all of the y coordinates are 2. And that line is going to go through Waipuna Arangi. Let me try, that's not quite horizontal, sorry, but there you go. Okay, so that's the first two done. So this one is Matariki. And this one is Waipuna Arangi. Sorry, very bad handwriting with this pen. I need to fix that. So this one is rain, and this one I'm just going to put down connections and well-being, hauora. Right, now the next ones get quite tricky. I'm going to start first of all with the second one because this needs the least amount of stuff done to it. So we've got 2x plus y is equal to, I think it was equal to positive 5. So first I'm going to show you how we can rearrange this. We want to have y on its own. So we want to end up with y equals something x something something. You can see that here we've got this 2x annoyingly sitting added to the y. But if I subtract 2x from both sides, I'm going to have nothing left here. And on this side, I'm going to have 5 take away 2x. Now I'm back at one that we had in video 4. I can reorder that as y equals negative 2x plus 5, and it's really, really easy to draw. So the y-intercept here will be 5, and the gradient will be negative 2. So let's draw that one, and then I'm going to talk about another way we can look at it. So y equals negative 2x plus 5. This goes through ururangi, and we're going out 1, down 2, out 1, down 2. I'll just change my pen colour, make it a purple line. Right, here we go. Whoosh. Okay. Doesn't really go on forever. I should have extended it more. In fact, I am going to extend it more. Let's just make sure that line really does cover the whole of the graph. Otherwise, one of you is going to tell me off. Now, there's another way that we could do this, and I'm going to teach this to you now. I figure if you're watching this video, you're probably handling algebra quite well. So nobody freak out. We've got 2x plus y equals 5, and we know that it ends up looking like this. But the other thing that we can do here is we can do what I call the cover-up method, which is finding the two intercepts. So we know that if we're on this line, this statement has to be true, and we can choose any value of x or y. So let's make y 0 and see what x value we're going to get. We can do that by, well, you can't see me doing it, but I'm taking my finger and I'm just putting a big blob here. Let's see if it works there. Okay, so if y is 0, that's gone away, and 2x must equal 5, right? And that means that x has to equal 2.5, or 5 over 2. And that's telling me something really good. This is my y-axis here, and this is my x-axis here. It's telling me that when y is 0, so here, x must cross at 5 over 2. Now we're going to undo that blob, and we're going to go the other way around. Except I've undone both the blobs. What did we have? We had 2x plus y in there, didn't we? Okay, now we're going to try making x 0 So we're going to put the big blob over the 2x. So 2 times 0 is 0. And that tells me that when x is 0, we must have y equals 5. And that's up here. And if you look at that, you should be able to see the connection between the gradient and those two intercepts, right? Because we've got a gradient of -2, and here we've gone out 2.5, and here we've gone down 5. So hopefully things will all start to connect up in your brains. So that's called finding how to draw the graph using the cover-up method. And you're welcome to use that as well. Most Year 9s like to write it out like this in mx+c form. Okay, let's keep on going. I'm going to do the next two now. I'll do this one here, 3x plus 2y is equal to -12. Oh, we didn't finish this off. Hang on. This one here is rearranging, which is wind. Right, okay, now let's look at this one. We've got x minus y equals -8. Several ways I can go here, but I'm going to just look at keeping the y thing roughly where it is, and I'm going to subtract the x from both sides. So we're going to take away x here and here. That leaves me with x take away x means no x's, and I've got take away y there. And over here I've got -8 take away x. The trouble with that is that I want to have my equation be y, not -y. But I can do the same thing to both sides of the equation. I can times everything through by -1. So negative y gets me back to y. And here, -8 times -1 is +8. And take away x times -1 gives me +x. So I've got y is equal to x plus 8, which is back in my nice easy form. The y-intercept is 8, and the gradient is 1. So we can go and draw that graph. Here we are at 8, and the gradient's 1, so it's going to go through all of these lovely points here, and this one is also going to be rearranging. Let's see, here we go, whoosh, there, that's it there. I'm just going to put in here rearranging again, which is rain again, and appropriate because it is about to start raining while I'm making this video. Now the last one is 3x plus 2y is equal to -12. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides, and that gets me 2y is equal to -12, take away 3x, right? Taking away the 3x on both sides. And now I've got 2 times y, so I want to just have one lot of y, so I'm going to divide everything through by 2. So over here, I need to divide all of this by 2. -12 divided by 2 is -6, and here I'll have -3 over 2x, so 1.5x. And I can rewrite that as y equals -3 on 2x minus 6. Okay, so that's one way to do that. And that's going to give me a y-intercept down here of -6, and then a gradient, quite a steep negative gradient of out 2, down 3. Right, out 2, down 3, and so on like that. But I'm going to quickly just show you how to do that with the cover-up method as well. So when x equals 0, that's gone very thick and gross. Let's fix my pen up. There. Okay. So the cover-up method says let's make x equal to 0. When x is 0, 2y equals -12. You can do that using your finger on the screen. So cover up the x, and we've got y is equal to -6. And we can see that that's that point there. Now go the other way around. When y equals 0, we've got 3x equals -12. So x is equal to -4, which is this point here. And that's a much easier way often to draw the graph But this way is really good for making sure that you can find the gradient in the y-intercept. And if you're in my 9 Kiwi class, I know I did this with some of you at the board one day, but we didn't go over it very much afterwards. And with 9 Theo, I don't think I did this at the board. So this is me doing it now. Right, so this one we rewrote as y equals -3 on 2x minus 6. So my intercept is here. We're going to go out 2 to here and down 3 to here. So it's going to go through YT, I think. Let's see. Yep, that looks right. Okay, and there's my nice line going in there. Okay, so that's the last one done. Now, you've probably all given up watching, but there's one more tricky thing that I want to do with those of you feeling really confident, which is working on how to do the intersections of lines, but it's quite a big task. So I'm going to start it in the next video. All right, so that's coming up soon. Thanks for watching.